Welcome back to the Force 9 YouTube channel, welcome back to Football Manager 2018 and the Maidstone United series, and in today's episode we are facing Southend in a home game. We have just come into October, so we're about 10 games into the season, exactly 10 I think it is. We're doing very well, as you can see, second place, so things are going very well. If you enjoyed this series, make sure you drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they're up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell to receive updates for if I upload or go live. And follow me on social media so you don't miss any of my content. Last episode we came out 2-1 winners against Charlton Athletic, Loza and Piggott with the goals, and things kept going well off screen. Started off with a 3-1 win away from home against Blackpool, who did take the lead early on. Packwood scored after less than 3 minutes. And, until our goal, we didn't look too good. Piggott had an injury, 42 minutes, and hasn't played since. He might play his first game back today, but it's a bit touch and go. But we did get a goal just before half-time. Jack MacLeod has been incredible recently. He's been scoring goals. He might be, I think he's got 4 or 5. He might be close to being our top scorer. He's a defensive midfielder, so he's doing really well. And then we got another goal just after half-time. Loza scored on 48 minutes. And then made it 3-1 on 53 minutes, Loza with the second half brace. Neil played well, got an assist. 2 assists from Connor Hawkins, who replaced Joe Piggott. He did really well, so good substitution. I mean, we were forced into it, but we put the right player on, and we got a good 3-1 away win. Next game, we faced our fellow promotees, Doncaster Rovers, and we won 2-1. Clive Hawkins started this game, and there was a bit of a change of system. With no Piggott, I didn't want to go Hawkins and Loza, so I went with a 4-4-1-1 and gave Metcalf some starts to see if he could really take advantage of that potential. And he had a decent game. He set up one of the goals, and he did well. And yeah, like I said, Hawkins scored. And then at 10 minutes after that, McCourt scored again, 25 minutes, making it 2-0 fairly early on. But Doncaster did pull a goal back in the second half. Alex Kiwomya scored on 78 minutes. It was a good win. Fairly even game. We had a bit more possession, but we had, a similar number of shots and chances. We scored 2 goals, they scored 1. This one I'm really proud of. A 3-0 away win against Coventry. We were just very clinical in this game, and one of the best defensive performances I've seen from this team. Really good performance. Taylor Neal got us going on 32 minutes, and then got his second in the second half, 68 minutes, so 2 goals again from the 19-year-old. And then Jack McCourt scored for the 3rd game in a row, 81 minutes to make it 3-0. Again, a really good performance. Sion Spence had a good game. He got 2 assists. He created a chance. He had some key passes. Hartley as well did well. Defensively, we were fantastic. As you can see, everyone got in the 7s. And Coventry were just hopeless. And then things started to go a bit pear-shaped. The game against Wigan was pretty crazy. This one had all the memes. They had a player called Max Power get sent off after 7 minutes. And,
he's the man whose name you'd love to touch, but you mustn't touch.
And then, of course, our defence was terrified. Will Grigg scored a first half brace to give Wigan a 2-0 lead. The second half was just as action-packed, and there were 5 second half goals, starting off with Clive Hawkins on 49 minutes, making it 2-1. But then Wigan scored their 3rd, Kun Temenyzhkov, 59 minutes. That's probably horribly pronounced. Made it 3-1. And then we went back to 3-2, Lee Metcalf with his first goal for Maidstone, first senior goal. And then Lewis O'Brien with what I think was his first goal as well, off the bench. He replaced Jack Hartley, who had a pretty miserable game. To make it 3-3, we were looking really good. But then Wigan got a 4th. Kieran Wallace scored, the left back, to make it 4-3. And most of this game, we had one more player than Wigan, and yet they still managed to beat us, and they still managed to score 4 goals. Don't really know what happened to us. I think we got a bit complacent with this one. We actually had back-to-back defeats, which was a shame. Peterborough beat us. We lost at home, so that wasn't too good. Jack Marriott got both of their goals. It was a penalty on 37 minutes. Sion Spence got an equaliser for us. I don't know if he scored for us yet this season, but Spence equalised. And then Jack Marriott retook the lead for Peterborough, 88 minutes. It was a late one. A late drama as well. Josh Yorworth got sent off on 95th minute, and we had a goal disallowed in injury time as well. So late drama, but we weren't very good in this game. Connor Hawkins had a pretty poor game as a lone striker. Metcalf, it wasn't terrible. The defending wasn't good. This one didn't go very well. We had back-to-back defeats, unfortunately. But we did bounce back after that, and we beat Bristol Rovers 2-0 away from home. Clive Hawkins with the early goal, 4 minutes. He sort of redeemed himself after a poor display. And then Jamal Loza on 51 minutes made it 2-0. We went back to our 4-4-2 for this game. And managed to get a 2-0 win. Bristol Rovers weren't really in the game. Again, we were pretty solid at the back. Burley did well. And, all the defenders, again, got at least 7. So that's a good performance. And, it was a good response to the 2 losses in a row. So things are looking very good because we won 6 games in a row. And that is a new record for the Save. We've never won more than 5 games in a row. We managed to get 6. Couldn't quite get 7 though. Wigan undoing us in the end. I think we did get a little bit complacent with that. And then even with the early red card, they still just completely outplayed us. But nonetheless, we do still sit in second place. Before the Wigan loss, we were actually top. After the win against Coventry, we'd actually topped the table, which was pretty ridiculous. But we are in second place, just a point behind Millwall, who started off well, had a pretty good start. I think they won their first 6. But they have since dropped points, and we're already a point off top. But the top 5 teams, as you can see, not a lot separating them. And there's a bunch of teams on like 18 and 19 and 16 as well. So it's still all to play for. There's still a lot of games to play. So let's get into the Southend game then. Bristol Rovers, I should mention, were bottom. So I think we should really have won that. Southend, today's opponents, they're in 20th place. Fairly tired legs out there. We've played a lot of games. Bristol Rovers just on the Wednesday. So we've only had 2 full days in between. Joe Pigott is not quite ready to come back. He's probably still a couple of days away, which is annoying. But he is our only injury. Richard Vickers and Mason aren't first team players, so I'm not too disappointed about that. But I think we're going to stick with this 4-4-2 here. It's done pretty well for us, so I think this is what we're going to go with. And I should probably take out some of these players for rest. I'm going to go Lewis O'Brien and give him a start. Has he started a game for me yet? No, he hasn't. This is his first start. Hartley's done well, but he's a little bit tired. Tom Holland is in for Spence. I think that is all we will do. Who's the left guy? What's he called? Richie Lamb. He wants to play. I'll put Lamb onto the bench. I think we'll do that. That's what we'll go with. I think we're on control structured against Southend. They are a lower half team, and these are the instructions we have set. Nothing too complicated. Let's see if we can win our 3rd live com in a row. We didn't win a lot of live coms in our previous season. I think we only won 2. We've already won 2 and we've done 2 live coms. This could be a 3rd in a row, which is unprecedented. I've said that the media have given you a lot of credit. It's not a great team talk. They're not really responded to that positively, but they haven't responded negatively either. It's a pretty neutral reaction. Let's see what happens. 18 minutes played here. We do have our first highlight of the game. Tom Holland with the ball. Taylor Neal with it now. And Loza with a header. And it's out to Jack McCourt. And McCourt's shot hits the post. And it's gathered by the goalkeeper. McCourt has done very well off screen. He's got 3 goals in 3 games. 29 minutes now. Taylor Neal with a corner. And it's fallen to Clive Hawkins. That should really have been on target. But a couple of early chances for us in the first half hour. Kane with a throw in here. Goes to Jack McCourt. He's already on a yellow. We'll have to watch out for that. Hollands looks for Neal on the left wing and finds him. Can Neal's cross find someone? It finds Loza, who scores. 41st minute of the game. We take a lead. Jamal Loza scores. Good assist by Taylor Neal. Very good cross. And that goal does move us into first position. Great vision by Tom Holland to find Neal on the left flank. And then Neal's cross was picture perfect. And Loza's header with the far post was good as well. Well worked goal. 1-0. And that's how it stays going into half time. It's a lead. It's not too bad. Clive Hawkins on a 6.4. Holland on a 6.5. He did kind of create that chance, so maybe he should have more than that. But yeah, things are going well. As we kick off the second half. Can we add a second goal? We haven't had a lot of draws in these live comms. This one, I'd want to try and win. Southend are down towards the relegation zone, so we should really be winning this one. Based on our position at the moment. I know we've just been promoted, but based on our position, we should be winning this. Finney with a header away. Here's Kane. Header forward by Wallace. Here's Smith. Wordsworth. Burley back to Robbie Thompson. 63 minutes on the clock. If we are going to make a change, we need to start thinking about our first one soon. We'll see what happens from this, because if Hawkins scores this and I might leave him on, And Loza here goes for the header. It's fallen to Jack McCourt. O'Brien to Hawkins. And Hawkins doesn't quite get onto that. And the keeper's fumbled it. And Loza taps it in from close range to make it 2-0. And it's been ruled offside. I mean, the keeper did kind of fumble that a bit. We'll see this again. So it's McCourt to O'Brien. And then Hawkins didn't quite get onto that. The clearance just bounced off of him. And then the first shot was saved. And then Loza went for the rebound. But he was offside. I'm going to take off Clive Hawkins. Now, the issue is that Ellis Sims is also a poacher. And I feel like 2 poachers up front isn't very good. So I'm going to make Sims an advanced forward. Actually, I'm going to make Sims a target man. Let's see if he can do it. Holland's not on a good rating, but I don't think that's really fair. O'Brien's on a 6.7. It's not bad, you know, we're still leading 1-0. We've not really seen a lot of action up the other end. I've not really seen a highlight for Southend, so that's not too bad. McCourt getting very tired, as is Neil. We are going to take off Jack McCourt. Grant McDonald's had a lot of substitute appearances recently. He's going to get another one now, although McCourt's played well, so I was going to say tighten up last few minutes. I'm going to go defensive and just hold on to this 1-0 lead. It's not been a spectacular game, but if we can get 3 points, that's all that matters. Final substitution made. Lamb is on for Neil. We'll just get the tired legs out there, get some fresh legs on. And I think the whistle's about to blow. There it is. It wasn't a spectacular game, but we did win 1-0. Loza with the goal. But yeah, I was going to say it was a good win. So I don't know if we stay top after that, because the goal did send us top. We'll have to see if anyone else managed to win their game. So Blackpool were 2-1 winners, so they do go level on points with us, but that goal difference is a little bit more. That win against Blackpool looking key now. Millwall lost to Burton Albion, so they dropped to 3rd. Rotherham lost 3-0 at home to Wimbledon, so lots of drop points around us, and we are top of the table. If we get a 3rd promotion in a row, that's going to be pretty ridiculous. I mean, if we end up with the championship with this squad, there's no way that we'd do it again. McCourt's 5th yellow card means that he will be suspended for our next match, which is a home game against Stevenage, so that's going to be tough. So McCourt's suspended. We still need a central midfielder, someone that can step in when this happens. McDonald could do it, but he's still very inexperienced. Is he still 16? No, he's 17 now. But I feel like we need someone a bit more experienced that can step in if McCourt gets injured or suspended. There are some free agents that I was looking at, but none of them really jumped out at me. I'll just show you them. And apparently the best of the bunch is this Callum Guy, who was formerly of Derby. He looks pretty good, actually. But I mean, we're already spending quite a lot on wages. But I mean, looking at the interest from the other teams, these teams are in the division below us. Looking at his report, he's a decent League 2 level, but he's 3.5 stars. This is the issue with the star rating, is that it tells you the star rating based on your team, not based on the division you're in. So we've got a 4-star player here in Alex Finney, which looks really good. But if you go to the report, he's a leading player for League 2 sides. We're in League 1. So the star rating is how good they are based on the rest of your team, not based on what division you're in. So this may look like we have a good team, like all these 3.5-star players and 3-star players. That looks like a good team. But in reality, it's a good League 2 team. It's not a good League 1 team. I know we're top, but I wonder how long that's going to stay like that for. That's the only sort of doubt I have about this team at the moment, is that they're still a League 2 side. Some of these players are still National League level. Jamal Loza, good player for most National League sides. He's our top scorer in the division. We're just massively overachieving at the moment. But before I go, I'm just going to do a team meeting, because we've started very well. I'm going to say we've started really well, keep this up, and there's no way we'll be relegated come the end of the season. That's a good team meeting. Sometimes I do horrible ones, but that's a good team meeting. Morale is brilliant, so hopefully that will see some more wins come in the future. Let's see what is coming up in our next few games. Stevenage next. Mansfield were 17th, Forest 18th, Oxford 16th, Walsall 15th, Wimbledon 10th, and then the FA Cup first round, and then Barnet who are second. That's going to be too many games to play, I think, 7 games. So I think we will do AFC Wimbledon, and because that would be 5 games, it'll be end of October, so it's about a month gap. Yeah, I think we'll do Wimbledon. It'll be an interesting one to do. I think there's another London club, isn't it? So they're fairly close to us. And by then, we will find out who we have in the first round of the FA Cup. At the moment, they're still in the third qualifying stage, so we'll find out who we get there. But that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they turn up on YouTube, do hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to receive updates from when I upload or go live, and follow me on social media so you don't miss any of my content, and don't miss next episode. We're going to be taking on AFC Wimbledon, and hopefully getting some more wins under our belt off screen. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.